Hello, everybody! Welcome to ZeldaSpeedRuns, broadcasting Link to the Past Randomizer Survivors of Hyrule tournament. We're at the quarterfinals round. It's game 5 between Daaanty and homemadebeer. They're playing Enemizer today. Commentating for us are Skele and Topfile, and tracking is Triforce Explorer. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, Internet.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, so today, this is the one of the last quarterfinals that is yet to be determined. We're tied 2-2. Daaanty versus homemade beer. You might have some experience with Daaanty in this tournament already, Skelly.
A little bit, yeah. He knocked me out in game 4, unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
Looking forward to providing some great unbiased commentary for you all today.
Yeah, this is game 5. It's tied 2-2. Our mode today is full Enemizer with Chaos Boss Shuffle, which means we're not going to actually. We have no guarantee that we will actually see any specific boss. We can have multiple repeats, more than the normal 2 that are allowed under usual boss shuffle rules. So.
Yeah, and with that, sometimes it might be a little bit unclear if we're actually in go mode, since you never know if you'll actually need that ice rod or. Well, speaking of hook shot,
well,
that takes care of Argus.
Yeah. Daaanty. Andy is using Daaanty Sprite, actually. It's a little known fact. They're actually both teammates in league, so the perfect unadulterated gaming squad, I think it was, or Pugs.
Yep. So it looks like we got a red crystal in Desert and in Hera with a blue crystal in Eastern.
Yeah.
Beer is going for the uncle route, which is kind of fun because you don't actually know if you can kill anything, but with the hook shot, it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Trying to kill. Okay, we've got a shadow over there. That's a lot of. Oh, he's trying to set up a tier 1.
Yeah.
Like what? Ooh, 4 bombs. You'll take that.
Yep, that's pretty sweet. We saw Bush Crab on Daanty's side. I think it was just green rupees. But he should probably be able to do a tier 1 pull himself soon, too.
Yeah, an early 300 rupees is always nice, especially just before CAC. Ooh, God, what did they... And
wow,
here we
nice,
go. This
nice
is Enemizer, everybody. Wow. Taking
okay.
I hope that isn't anything important.
That can't feel good. Death less than 1.5 minutes into the seed. Pretty much the most unfortunate way possible.
Yeah. That's... You know, I'm thinking back to, like, which game was it? Game 2 of this series with Magnet Hands versus me and DM, where Magnet just got absolutely bodied by Dead Rocks a bunch of times.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's some of the worst Dead Rock luck I've seen in a series.
And that race was decided by like 7 seconons too, so like,
yeah,
you know, that's within Dead Rock throwing territory.
Not even the fastest time this series. Not this series, but this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Booking Samaria and Blind's house, so that's interesting.
And Beer's going for a really fast Sahas check, which I know he likes to do a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if this was his plan before the uncle incident.
Yeah, bottle was nice. That'll be a thing he can check before he goes to CAC that Daaanty won't get to for a while. Well,
Lamp and CAC. Well, that's really nice for Enemizer because dark rooms are actually really scary in this mode.
And boots. Oh god, he's already got boots. 2.5 minutes in, he's already got boots. Daaanty, a very prolific hover. When we started up the restream, he was just kind of sitting over on the right side of pod without a wall blown open, just taunting everyone.
Yep, he's about as good as they get when it comes to hovering.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to be a little bit sad when he actually finds that hookshot in Link's house.
Well, actually, we did have Green Pendant Swamp, so Hookshot is potentially optional this seed. Dear God, the chicken hut today. Krista would be happy. We've replaced the chickens with Stalfos Knights.
Like, Lumberjack's dead, so probably not Egg Seed, but you never know.
Yeah, and to clarify, Nagai Nasasagi, Daaanty did a Sank Star, homemadebeer did a Link Star and an Uncle Star and went up the castle and died to dead rocks in the Uncle Sewers. So he's actually missing an item right now that Daaanty will probably check at some point or another.
He's probably going to get it within the next 30 seconds, I would guess. He's probably just going to save quit as soon as he checks race game and then go to Link's house.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he might go check Sick Kid now. He's got a bottle of his own.
I'm surprised he's not going back up, but maybe he wants to. He'll want to just like safe quit out of Sick Kid's house. Ooh, you want that? Maybe we're not checking Sick Kid for a little bit.
So
you got boots.
So even though this is Enemizer, as far as I understand, the bow requirement for Eastern Palace is still a thing.
Yes.
Even though you probably won't need to use it to get to the boss like you would in normal mode. So this does put Eastern in logic, assuming that they can kill the boss.
Yeah. Enemizer, so basically kind of like, we're actually looking at two things that are very similar, but they're actually done very differently in the randomizer, at least in terms of processing. Enemizer is actually kind of like the last thing that actually gets done when they randomize a seed, if it's an option. So that means anything that was logically placed in pod or in the back of Eastern is actually still bow locked, technically. Whereas it looks like it's going to be about a 2.5 minute advantage for Daaanty on boots, so I guess he wins the seed.
Already over.
Yeah. Boss Shuffle, on the other hand, is kind of done during the initial world generation and the initial starting placement before major items. So it's actually a lot earlier in the seed, so that actually does have logical implications. It's just one of those interesting things. Are we going to see a desert play from Daaanty?
Possibly.
That'd be aggressive, but, you know, Lamnala's fire, boots.
He's got no glove, though. That's the thing.
Brew. That would be the one thing.
I mean, he can still check the front for items.
Yeah, and, okay, never mind, he's just gonna go east instead. And also, this is going to be an interesting mode because there is actually some value for digging dungeons before you can fully complete them that you're aware of, because you can at least grab the compass and check the boss remotely. I'm not sure how many of our runners are going to do that. We already have a hook shot, so, and the flute. Yeah,
so the main boss to worry about at this point would be Trinix.
Trinix or Cold Sear, basically.
Yeah.
But Trinix has a lot of limitations on where he can appear. I guess. Oh wait, no, we have Samaria, so we could kill blind. It'd be a really, really funny blind, but it would be a killable blind.
Yeah, as long as they can actually find some magic somewhere.
Yeah, well, there's.
Or they've had no luck.
Yeah, there's the CAC portal. Yeah. Oh look, we've replaced the rats with other things that they share a prize pool with. Namely guards. Daaanty, you have the key and a lamp.
And the map, so it's a guaranteed item in Darkcross.
But I guess maybe he wants... Yeah, I'm surprised at that.
I mean, there's some question about, the key rat's not a rat. So maybe he's worried it's something he can't kill, but he does have a bow and a hook shot, so...
Yeah, but if killable enemies have to go into the... one of the things with Enemizers is if an enemy has a key drop or is in a kill room, it gets shuffled to a special pool of enemies that are supposed to be easily killable. I think the worst you'd probably get there is maybe a robot, but you got a bow. They'll die in like 1 or 2. Mountain, Paradox Cave. I'm still surprised that he skipped Darkross.
Yeah.
So
now he'll have to Death Warp from Zelda Self. He's just gonna ever do that, unless he finds a mirror by then. But
I'm also surprised. Well, I guess Boots and Lamp. You might want to check Paradox. You might want to just scout. I'm actually surprised he did do Lumberjack there just because he has the flute.
yeah, I didn't realize that at first because Mountain is like double in logic here, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, because normally you go up there if you want to go and check. You do that check when you go in and open up the front door to the front cave and walk in to the full trip. He has the flute, which means he can just flute up to the mountain and go through reverse. He doesn't actually have to go up to those 2 screens. Maybe, I don't know if he forgot or he was doing it because he was doing Bonk Rocks, but that's still like I guess it's a very defensive play, I guess. But
yeah, it could just be that he's like, well, I have the flute, so there's never gonna be a better time. Oh, hey, Hammer.
Okay, why is that there?
That's gonna be Darkworld access as soon as they find that Moon Pearl.
Yeah. That is a nice early find, especially without a sword.
Yeah.
This is not swordless. This is just Enemizer. So, but that is tempered sword damage. The runners here are pretty skilled with just using a hammer for a primary weapon because you kind of gotta be. This is actually going to be bad for Beer. Let's see, how bad is our dark cave for the old man? Some mimics, not too bad. No random crystal roller. Oh!
Zelda brings up a good point in the chat. Last time Daaanty played in this tournament, Desert Ledge had his boots, which he didn't find for like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, actually, I was like, oh, wait, no, this room sucks. Wait, no. This room does suck, but I guess he just doesn't want to hammer. Oh, he doesn't have the hammer. He can't kill the Gibtail.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty funny.
Okay, so a bit of a... So that's one item in the desert.
Like Beer got a sword from rescuing Old Man, so that's actually very nice.
Ooh, we got Mothula. Mothula's dying today. Alright. Yeah, so Beer's quickly... I was afraid that Beer was going to go commit to Paradox Cave rather than check Desert.
It's actually kind of nice for Beer because he can kill that Gibdo with the sword.
Yeah, but we'll see. We
might not be an item anyway, though.
Yeah. And even still, I think Daaanty may just run right back through Desert and exit out the right side to go drop down to Agina, maybe. It's not the worst thing in the world if you don't want to commit to that, but... Yeah. Unfortunate, and... Oh good, we have Hynexes. Fun fact, for people who don't usually play Enemizer, Hynexes died in one bomb. It's the only way to, like, one-shot them in the entire game. They take... they even take 2 gold sword hits.
I think they might also be, like, one of the only enemies that takes a different amount of damage between gold slashes and gold spins, or something.
Yeah, that's really about it.
This game has all sorts of weird stuff with its damage tables.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Beer's doing this, but on the other hand, the hammer's on the other side of the mountain. If the item's on, what would be land? Well, so all in Desert Palace is just 13 bombs and a red crystal.
Yeah, so if Daaanty goes back for that, that's at least a little bit of a time save for Beer. Even though the Gibdo kill is a little bit slower, he at least didn't have to walk back through this.
Yeah. Yeah, the Hinox are the giant Cyclops guys. You primarily see them kind of sitting around the North Dark World and kind of around the rock area in Eastern Dark World. Yeah, if you go by the official Link to the Past comic, which I'd love to refer to at times, they're actually the final boss of Pod. There is no Helmosaur King. Which is weird. But then again, that also gave an entire chapter to the guy who's sitting, the tree dude who just is sitting in the monkey house outside of Pod, so what do I do?
You know, there's a chance that they might get 3 crystals before they even have Dark World access here.
Yeah, we have 3 crystals almost guaranteed to be in Logic at this point.
Yeah.
I'm actually scared for what's in Pyramid Fairy, because that could... we can't have Trinex in Para.
Mm-hmm.
So, unless it's Cold Stare, we can kill whoever's sitting at the top of the tower.
Yeah, that's true. So, Daaanty doing as you predicted. Just gonna route right side of Desert into Agina, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, this will be a little faster for Beer. He'll probably he'll probably just lift the rock and run over instead. I'm surprised he didn't. Well, I was surprised Daaanty didn't do the hold the here's your shield, hold the bomb strat because he was going to save and quit. Yeah.
I think Beer just hookshotted something I had no idea you could hookshot. I'm kind of amazed. The thing next to the door, you can apparently just hookshot it.
Oh, I think I've seen that a couple times.
I don't know if that's actually faster. I don't think it would be, but weird.
Gamma says it's not faster. I trust Gamma. I trust Gamma on all ways of how to not waste time.
Yeah, my understanding is that hookshotting something is like equivalent in efficiency to just walking diagonally. I think that's how it works out. Daaanty gets his sword.
We have the world's worst Armos Knight. Oh my god. Beer will be able to just save quit here up to the mountain and probably do Paradox Healing next.
Oh, come on.
Interesting.
After all that hover practice, he's not going to hover for Berna? Wow. Can't believe this.
Just line up the bomb jump. And I don't know if you... This is an Enemizer. I don't know if you want to line up that bomb jump with only a heart and half and green mail.
Yeah, because he's not going to Hera next. Okay, he's just going to save quit. Yeah, that's smart. It's barely any time difference than bomb jumping.
Yeah, this is the case of where you don't know what enemies are on the other side of the mountain. There could be a couple ready to just shoot fireballs at you in the light world, which is always fun. So you want to be a lot more health conscious in this mode.
Looks like Beer went to Paradox first.
Yeah, he'll probably...
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was going to just say, yeah, he'll probably hope that he finds a Moon Pearl and then try to do Spectacle Rock into... I don't know if he's planning on Spike Cave directly, but I'd have to imagine it's in his plans. Or at least a contingency. There we go.
And Ether is pretty nice randomizer early on.
Oh no, he grabbed the heart from the middle enemy from the Balphos, which is the middle enemy slot in the air. Okay, we can kill any boss in the game that isn't Trinex now. And he subject. Yep, he subjects it to himself.
Yeah, so that bomb jump is not because Beer did it wrong. It's just because this game is programmed. Oh,
That one was because he did it wrong.
yeah, that one he did it wrong. The first time it's just because this game is programmed strangely, and
it's
because he picks
more
up an item in midair in a different room, and somehow that changes the trajectory of your bomb jumps.
it's more. I wouldn't say it's because you're trying to use a discrete system. It's a quantization thing, really. It's I did digital signal processing for a very long time. Like, it's just like one of those weird things that happens when you try to convert an infinite number line to a bunch of integer values. We're gonna do either tablet first. It's just arrows. Dude, Hera. Wow.
Yeah, nice super speed through the bouncing spike.
Yeah.
Love it.
All right.
And silver arrows.
Okay, well. Come on, Vinny. Show on. We know you're up here. That's both items out of here, so we're not going to even have to check the basement today.
So unless this is Cold Stare, this is a boss that they can kill, because it can't be Trinex. Oh, it is Viddy.
Yes!
Nice.
Hello, Vinny.
Well, those silvers make a huge difference then.
Yeah.
This fight is suddenly a joke.
This is an item that you're not supposed to have while fighting Vinny and Vanilla. And it shows. We can't even do, like, cool, like, throw bombs off of the balcony strats here. No, we just straight up have silver arrows for Vinny. Beer opted not to do... Okay, no, he has silvers. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is also some fun things you can do with how the layers in this game work. Yeah, you show him Beer.
So Beer, he's kind of going to orphan either Spec Rock Cave or Spiral Cave, depending on which direction he goes after this.
Yeah.
Daaanty's going to see both of them.
Yeah, and normally, like, Burn isn't a really great pull for a lot of runners. In Enemizer, it's great just for those rooms where we have a bajillion, the collapsing bridges, or the other bridges where they somehow roll, like, the giant spikes in there, or the crystal bars. It's a fantastic way of not having to worry about that. So actually, in Enemizer, because the bosses have been replaced, the item will always spawn on Link immediately. It doesn't actually fall to where it normally does. So that's what kind of happened there. The crystal, on the other hand, will always fall into the middle of the room, or the pendant. It's just one of those Enemizer quirks. The other major quirk that we're probably going to see as soon as somebody finds a Moon Pearl is that Thieves Town is going to be your. What's that there?
Three crystals were available, and of course the Moon Pearl is just in Ice Rat Cave.
Yeah. So in Thieves Town, the what am I trying to say? I apologize. So in Thieves Town, the boss will actually already be in blinds in the boss room without having to bomb the attic. In most cases, I think there was some plan to change that, but I don't think that's gone in effect yet. Okay, good. Pendant Swamp, Pendants, Thieves Town, Skullwoods, and Green Pendant TR. I wonder if Daanty's just going to go straight to Pyramid.
I think I was wrong about the red crystal call-out, actually. I think, going by Dante's tracker, it looks like Moldorm is actually a blue one. Or, sorry, Tower of Hero is a blue crystal.
Yeah.
And I think Pod was the other red one. So Pod and Desert are reds.
Yeah. Beer is opting to go to Eastern, which is fine. It's a crystal. So...
Check the boss immediately. It's Argus. Well, he can do Silver's Argus, which is fun.
We don't have a boomerang. We can just
Yeah.
swap. Daaanty! Oh wait, no, he doesn't. That's right. Like, yeah, this is a very suspicious seed because Pyramid Fairy is already in Logic. We're really both runners have the Quake Medallion. So potentially, we're just like Ice Rod and Mitts from Go mode. And Mirror, I guess. Yeah, Mirror too.
Mirror, Flippers.
Mirror, Flipper. Oh, yeah. Okay, 4 items from Go mode. It's less exciting.
Yeah, I guess another sword, but you know. You just assume you're going to find one of those somewhere.
Well, Ice Rod is not necessarily required. That's true up until we get Ice Trinex. That's on pedestal.
Yeah.
And the other 3 swords on top of GT. Well, they have hammer. So. Not bow locked in pod, which is fantastic for a seed where our bows were basically free.
So unless Daaanty finds the mirror in pod, it's not going to be that big of a deal that Beer is doing Eastern right now instead of finding the Moon Pearl. Because he had to do this eventually anyway, and Dante's not going to be able to do them at the same time unless he finds that mirror.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, I don't think Dante's done Saha either.
I don't think so. Yeah. Oh, here
I
comes the hover.
Here comes the swag. Hardest hover in the game. Legitimately. Ooh, and there's the big key. This is a very aggressive. I don't think we've seen the compass yet. This is very aggressive from Daaanty, but on the other hand, you got a 90% shot of being able to kill whatever boss is down here.
Yeah, the odds are pretty good.
And if it's Trinex, well, then you can just quickly run and kill yourself. So it's not really hard to kill yourself against Trinex.
If it's Trinex, you just hope that the Ice Rod's not just in the back. That would feel very, very bad.
Or in bow.
Yeah.
I think Ice Rod in bow would be very... I have to say, it is looking at it, it is actually very aggressive round of interesting. I know we had a fairy. I know we had a green I thought we had a red potion. Did we get a green potion?
I know Beer bought some potions. I'm not sure what was in the bottles to begin with, though.
Okay, that's... Well...
Oh, God.
Yeah, we got a fairy.
So one-hit KO here.
We are going to do double spin strats on Argus, which is always nice.
Although I think he might also have a fairy.
Yeah, no, the fairy was in, the fairy was the item on library. So they both all have a fairy.
So Beer skipped Ice Rod Cave because the flute was in Mini Moldorm. So he's probably just thinking, well, I can flute to 8 later, and that's faster than doing it right now.
Oh, that was lucky. And we have an also in the end. But I don't know if you saw it, but the very last enemy in the hallway leading up to Helmasaur dropped a full magic.
Oh, nice.
Because I was really worried that he wasn't going to have enough magic to crack the shell. I
think we've seen all 4 4 bottles then?
I think we've only seen 3.
I think beer is a different one.
Maybe there
Yeah.
there might have been one in Eastern or Saha. Oh yeah, no, because there was one in Saha. Never mind.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so that's all 4 bottles.
Beer's got his pearl.
Just nice for. Looks like he's going to have to do some of the other checks that are in logic that Daaanty skipped, like Zora. Well, really just Zora. Oh no! Of course. Of course.
Well, I mean, in the end, it doesn't make a big difference, but
it'll make a bit of a difference now. Just Daaanty doesn't have to run back to Eastern now.
well, yeah, for Eastern, as far as the pod route is concerned.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, it helps the pod route. You don't have to go walk through side lead.
Mhm.
You don't have to like walk through that. See, this is where burn is.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
God,
Okay,
and here we go.
This was not meant to be hammer jumped. I mean, it might actually be doable.
We got a wall master. I don't think we're going to have something screw up the Ancilla values.
If you can time the wall master, then I guess it's doable. But there's also not really a reason to do it.
No, not with one key here. There's harmless always a key, so you're just gonna go walk through dark maze now. Beer's got his moon pearl. I don't think Zoro's anything.
I don't think so. There's the compass that will tell Daaanty that the boss he just killed is Helmasaur.
Art container. Yeah.
So now it's Danty's turn to do Eastern, Beer's turn to do Pod.
Yeah,
And this will work out slightly better for Daaanty having that mirror.
Yeah, and I kind of expect Daaanty to just quickly pop down, check out Saha, and then flute over to Vo.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of sucks that Thieves Town and we have a Fire Rod, we have a Hammer, and Thieves Town and Skullwoods are both of our other pendants.
Yeah.
But I think you're gonna, because right now we kind of have Vo and Logic. We have Dig Game, we have Stumpy. I guess Spike Cave is technically in Logic. We've got enough bottles and a invincibility source. So we're actually starting to kind of run dry on. We're kind of like in a spot where all of our remaining progressions either tied up in loose overworld. Well, it's not really loose overworld, I guess, but that or pendant dungeons. And
Yeah, with Skullwoods and Thieves being pendants, I would probably go to Hype Cave before doing that area.
well, I mean, Daaanty started at Hype Cave and ran up to Pod.
Oh, that's right. I think, yeah, that's right. Beer, I think, just fluted to 5, right?
Yeah, so Beer might do Hype Cave and, you know, do that Eastern sweep, or maybe he goes to Vo and does the Southern sweep instead. Beer probably not happy that mirror is there. Though if I had to take a guess, he's probably hoping that Daaanty just didn't do Ice Rod Cave before Eastern. But that's the thing. Like, I think when you look at it, how you get a sequence of the seeds, like that is a time save I missed.
The Oh, both of them pretty much just retracing each other's steps at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Both runners only have glove. The power glove. They don't have Titan Spits yet.
Yeah.
Though, like, obviously, like, we have progressive gloves and or strength, so like calling it such isn't unheard of in other Zelda randomizers. Nice auto steer clip.
Let's see how Beer likes this room.
He's already got burnout. He's already ready for how bad this room was going to be. You know this room is going to be horrible in Enemizer. It always is horrible in it. I think in V32 there's going to be some sanity checks in that room that'll make it not as bad, but we're not on V32 yet. We're still on V30.
Soon, TM.
Soon. Yeah, there was a wall. We had a wall master, a small spike, and a large spike in that room. It was about the worst possible way that room could have been set up, except for a crystal roller. Don't worry, the crystal roller's probably well. I guess we had pin and throw rocks. So.
I can't believe neither of them went for the silver strats. I mean, Daaanty has the mirror, so like it's a little bit scarier.
Yeah, Daaanty, I tried to do that and I mirrored. It's
But with no boomerang, it's just so. It feels so good. It's way more fun than the really slow spin strats.
Titan Smiths because League. And speaking of which, I guess Daaanty was a member of the Titan Smiths. We're skipping Saha. Okay. That's a very aggressive play.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I guess this is probably Pyramid into Pyramid Fairy into Pyramid Legend Castle, which honestly is not bad, and there may be a run up to Catfish and Zora afterwards. I'd have to imagine if he finds flippers along the way, he's just going to skip Catfish and Zora. Yeah, he's going to skip Catfish and Zora and just go right into Swamp.
This is one of the earliest super bombs I've seen in a normal seed like this.
I think my favorite super bomb I've ever seen in a seed. It was an entrance randomizer seed. And Big Bomb was at Checkerboard Cave, and you had a mirror, so you had to walk it to Pyramid to get your room.
Nice.
And it was an Aga Portal seed too. So it was a really interesting way on how that kind of worked up.
Yeah, that's one of those things you don't really realize you can bunny walk it until the game makes you do it.
Yeah, or walk it out of desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Daaanty, this makes a lot of sense. This is like 5 items, 7 items. Yeah, this is like 10 items. This is Daanty's densest cluster that he has that isn't Vo.
Mm-hmm.
Skipping Uncle. Well, I guess
it's pretty arbitrary what order he does it in.
Yeah.
I mean, assuming he's just gonna go to Catfish after this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, both runners have 4 crystals.
Beer's got all his bottles. More horrible Dead Rock locations. Oh, Drasa, you missed it. Beer died 1 minute into Dead Rocks in Uncle.
Oh yeah, we still haven't actually seen the.
We haven't seen the chest.
Yeah, we've seen Uncle. We haven't seen the secret passage item.
Ooh, that's nice. That's a real. You know, with the actual really sad thing is that with 4 bomb tier 1 tree pulls, that was actually a really early sword if this wasn't Enemizer. Because you could
Yeah.
get that sword with little issue.
Yeah, he totally could have just Uncle routed into that.
Dark Cross, which he skipped for unknown. I don't think Beard did Dark Cross either, did he?
I don't think he's done any of Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, I guess so.
He hasn't even done Back of Escape yet.
I mean, I know why he hasn't done Back of Escape. That's kind of obvious, but dying to Jade Rock's kind of not a very good spot for you. Well, no, he actually went to Hyrule Castle. He just died before he could get into the castle. Alright. Red Mail is actually quadruple defense. It's they're both ×2 multipliers, mostly.
Yeah, there's always exceptions to everything in this game, but for the most
Hello,
part.
Green Guard.
And Daaanty got Dead Rock too, but at least he's not going to die. So it's still a win for him here.
Yeah. Oh.
Stink art.
God damn it. Oh, that sucks. This game is mean and sometimes. Beer.
He's ready
Cast
for it this
Quake.
time.
Cast Quake. Just kill the little dudes. I'm sure Beer actually probably appreciates the fact that he died trying to get Sankard.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good he's doing this because there wasn't a lot in here, but the sword is actually kind of important.
Yeah.
We don't know where the other swords are, but it's better to be on Master Sword, especially in Randomizer.
Yeah, really nice to have that extra layer of offense so you don't have to rely on like the hammer for everything. Although hammer is still stronger.
Yeah. Daaanty fading Zora, which I kind of get. He faded it with Ice Red Cave. You can go run over your way over to North Dark World and over to Vo. It's really just like one check in logic, and at this point, like we're seriously like maybe flippers from Go mode.
Flippers could be his Go mode.
So like actually like the 3 items in there. The other 3 things that you'd be checking are flipper selection. You could be shooting beyond your Go mode. So it's not like not the worst decision. And if you do get flippers, you just get to flip over to 9 and take care of it.
So Daanty's gonna take this route all the way around from Catfish to Village of Outcast, which is kind of cool. You don't normally get to see a route like this in this mode because, well, you have the flute and the hammer in the glove. So most of the time, you just go through the Dark World portal, but this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Okay, I have no idea what happened to that bomb. Ooh, there's your myth. Okay. So we are really just potentially flippers from Go mode. We would like another sword. Why are you fluting to...
Sahas?
Saha. Okay.
Maybe he meant to do it and forgot, and he's just trying to make up for it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't really make sense to do this if that was an intentional skip earlier.
Yeah. But really, both runners are kind of in the same sort of spot.
Or though,
Beer-
I guess finding the mitts does mean he has faster access to Vo. So
Yeah,
there's less compulsion to do it right after Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, no, you can flute yourself out of here and just flute right over and take the village portal in. It's instead of having to go back and run. Or we're gonna this is fair. Fire. Pendant. It's a crystal.
Fully clearable, assuming it's not Trinex and assuming it doesn't require Bombos. I didn't even see what that was. It's too dark.
It was very fast on that. He has marked it as Bombos. We need Bombos. Alright.
The beer probably gonna go to Meyer too. Yeah. And so Daaanty's going to Village Valcast now. He totally could go to the mountain in this situation too. Both have quite a bit of checks. Yeah, both have pendant dungeons in them, so we'll see how much he's willing to commit to like Thieves Town here. Because so far this has been a pretty nice seed, but now like we're starting to approach pick a pendant territory. We could start to see some divergence. Looks like Beer is gonna fake Flipper and do Ice Palace. That was very close to killing him, but he made it. Yeah, this makes sense too. He's got everything he needs to beat this dungeon, and he's got the cane, so he can do it the fast way. So as long as it's not Trinex here, that's the caveat for basically every single dungeon dip in this whole seed. As long as it's not Trinex, it's fine. Nice dash through the fire bar that's on a different layer. That always confuses the heck out of me. And looks like Landmo's in Thieves Town, so we'll see what he decides to do with this dungeon. Another weird thing with boss shuffle is that you don't actually need to save the maiden, and you can just walk straight into the boss room. Oh, did Beer find the Ice Palace compass? Because I did not see that either. Elmsware, okay. Well, that's a good compass to find early. Because, I mean, even if that was Trinex, you can still bail. You know, without having invested too much time into this. And Daaanty is just going to go straight to the boss. So he's probably just going to bail on the back completely. Makes sense. It's a fast boss. Might be an item. Oh my god, it's Bombos. Okay. It's a pretty important item. Alright. So the only item he definitely needs for go mode is flippers. Possibility of Ice Rod is still pretty high. I don't know exactly what the odds would be at this point, but I mean, with every boss he kills, it becomes more and more likely that he's not going to need it. This is Chaos Boss Shuffle. So you can't really draw any information from the bosses we've already seen.
Oh, sorry for that. I had to step out for a second. I see we found Bombos on Lambdalas and Thieves Town.
Yep, and he skipped the back too.
Yeah, I mean it's I'm not really surprised on that with Enemizer. It's just gonna be bad if Flippers sit there for him at this point. That Votrip. Temper Sword and required Bombos is not good for her. But good for Daaanty.
Yeah, there's still a lot of potential for Flippers to be somewhere really stupid.
We're running
equalize things quite a bit.
Yeah, but like we're kind of running out of stupid spots other than maybe Turtle Rock, to be honest. Daaanty knows his Flippers are not going to be in Swamp or Ice Palace, so he can probably put that off for a while. Beer, I don't know if Beer goes and kills. I kind of expect Beer to do Death Mountain next. I don't expect him to do. It's hard to say if he's going to do Blind or not, I guess. Because you faded Vo, which means you faded the items in Thieves Town. If you go there, it's a quick item, but I think he's probably going to try to force himself into the position where he has to do that, rather than commit to it voluntarily, if that makes any sense. AKA last location.
Cold Stare.
Cool.
Cold Stare and Mire.
One more boss that isn't Phoenix.
It's pretty nice of the game to put, the Bombos boss in the dungeon that required Bombos.
Wow, Daaanty with Wally strats. Yeah, don't use the hook shot there. That'll happen. For the same reason you're able to use the fire rod there when you push it, the block temporarily loses hit detection. If you use the hook shot while you lose hit detection, this is kind of like what happens in the game if you do the swag strat. Yeah, you hook shot the torch and pop over to it. Here's Dark Death Mountain for Beer. This is going to be 6 or 7 checks.
Yeah, so he's continuing with the Vo skip here, which is definitely on brand for him.
Yeah. It kind of sucks. It's just really kind of with like how Spellwoods and Thieves Town are both pendants. It makes a lot of sense because you kind of would like to never have to do that. If you go over there, you might get sucked into that chain. I don't think either runner has actually checked it yet.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think that was both our items out of way. Not that it matters. It was the last check he's doing before Cold Stare.
Well, Dark Death Mountain is straight garbage so far. He's probably going to check Spike Cave here. Well, we'll see what he wants to do about Turtle Rock. Diving Turtle Rock here would be kind of crazy.
Oh, no.
But he's crazy enough to do it.
Yeah, this is Quake. We know that there really isn't anything in here other than could potentially help Beer here. I guess Flippers could be in here as well. But Flippers wouldn't really help him too much because that means he's just going to get suckered into overclearing Swamp Palace. Unless, of course, we find Trinix and it's required. But at this point, we're really only we potentially only have like 2 more slots where we might have to fight a Trinix. Because we can't fight Trinix in Moldorm 2.
Yeah. Yeah, so he can be in Swamp, right? And he can be in Landmo 2. Not Moldorm 2, but...
He can't be
Or I guess
either of them.
if GT Big Key is blocked by Ice Armos, I guess that's another chance.
Yeah, that would be the only one, but that's not a guarantee. I don't actually remember if Vidi's Poison Tiles are present. No, they are not present. When Vitreous is not the boss here. Okay. They were there. I missed the heart. I missed the hearted damage. She's on red mail. I'm sorry.
Oh, did he find Tempered in Meyer somewhere? I missed that.
No, Tempered was one of the brewery.
Oh, okay.
So Tempered's in Vow. Here's this makes sense for Daaanty because I think right now this isn't good for beer. Because Daaanty is now hunting flippers and he's going to be right behind beer. So if beer finds flippers, he's going to just get it. Plus, he has the mire clear.
Yeah, he's got the Meyer clear and he has no idea where Bombos is.
Yeah.
And it's on a pendant boss.
Yeah, Flippers and Skullwoods wouldn't even help beer. I don't know. Flippers and Skullwoods might help. It kind of depends on what he wants to do first. If beer opts to go check Pedestal to see if maybe we got Flippers on Pet. Like there is a potential that beer kind of just walks into Skullwoods first and then goes down and Thief Down. On the other hand, he could do Thief Down first and then go up to Skullwoods. It's I don't know which you would want to do, to be honest.
Yeah, it's always hard to decide when the only things left on the board right now are pendant dungeons.
And Smith Train.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally I'd say you probably skip these down and you do Skullwoods first and check Ped after it, but because of the Enemizer, you don't have to like go to the attic. Like you could just do the run back quickly. Like it's not very hard to have all 3 pendants before the other 2 pendants before you get your last one off of whoever's replacing Mothula. On the other hand, you might not just want to even go into Thieves Down at all.
Mirror Shield. That'll help him with Laser Bridge, I guess.
I'm sure he's happy. Look, we don't know. We're not sure how big the crystal roller that is sitting on Laser Bridge is going to be. And it's a 3%er.
Oh yeah. Key and Lava Chest and a Big Chest.
Yeah, this is it's not good. Not a good seed for. Actually, we actually have all the small keys. There's nothing but items from here on out.
Argus?
Looks Argus, yeah.
We'll see if he actually has an item or not. I think regardless, you definitely have to take the pendant.
I think you've gone this far, yeah. You're going to Laser Bridge, it's 2 more items. Oh, just a bat. And what do we got here?
Let's see the anti-fairy. Oh, flickers.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's gonna kind of probably. We got a snapdragon. That's actually kind of rare. I rarely ever see them in an actual dungeon. Oh, Beer never did Spiral Cave. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So this is gonna be good for him.
Oh.
Well, he's not killing Trinex, so that's an. It's actually interesting. This is interesting. Because like what you could do is kind of like pull like maybe an inverted trick where you kill Trinex and kind of warp to the front and then mirror and then drop down Spiral Cave, as opposed to mirroring there and then just kind of doing it and leaving. On the other hand, this is progression. This is what, 6 items. So this isn't too bad for Beer, but he's also going to be again missing another sword and is probably going to.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh no.
That's not good for Daaanty. Wall masters are not your friends.
Yeah, that's
gonna
very
give
frustrating.
that's gonna give another minute or two back to Beer, which he needs. But I don't know what he does after this. If he full clear swamp, maybe he does Bombo's tablet and then maybe warp routes up north and does Smith Chain that way.
Yeah, that seems like the most straightforward course of action from Beer's perspective here.
Yeah.
I think at this point he is committed to never checking back escape.
Yeah.
He still hasn't actually done that yet.
Yeah, that actually was an issue in his first race against Wall Kicks. It ended up probably helping him a bit because he managed to. It was an AD key seed, and so he was able to like dodge. He was able to like kind of dig the dregs of the seed a little bit more than Wall Kicks did, because there was a lot of stuff on the way except for like 3 things, and Wally missed 3 things and had to go last location 3 things, whereas Beard kind of managed to hit Go mode a little easier as a result. But.
So Beer's eventually going to get to Thieves Town. I feel like in his position, he's probably not going to rush the boss. Right? Well, I guess it's hard to say, but...
Yeah, we had 2 items up front. Yeah, I mean, right now, Beer kind of needs to find the help that the Ice Rod is not... Like, the one thing that could save him is a really bad ice placement that he manages to dig.
Yeah.
And a required Trinex. It's not impossible, but it is Chaos Shuffle, and it's not a guarantee.
And he has to find Bombos in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
Because if he finds that Ice Rod quickly, and it's a required Ice Rod, he's still going to need to find that Bombos, which is also in a pretty stupid location.
I mean, I kind of get what Daaanty did. He went for the more in logic checks. Beer obviously kind of went for the faster checks in Ice Phallus, but unfortunately, kind of got trapped by overclearing. There was nothing in with Flipper's Go mode. There was nothing potentially in Ice Phallus that could have helped him, other than maybe the.
Oh, this anti-fairy.
Yeah.
That is annoying. So Beer's just not even going to try Diver Downing.
Yeah, here we go. Daaanty is finally making his way down to Laser Bridge. Oh, that's a nice Crystal Whirler. Replacing one of the fire bars in the dark room.
Argus.
Yeah.
So
we've got really. It ain't looking good for beer.
Yep.
There's only one more guaranteed boss slot in the game where Trinix could be. Daaanty died, but he made sure to open the safety door and walk out of it. So he cannot. Good on him. Even though he has a mirror shield and can block the lasers. But I guess the Snapdragon is there. Yeah, you check this for Ice Rod and then you're bailing.
Yep, so he has to assume go mode from here.
Yeah, he's going to assume that he's in go mode until he finds a Trinix, then he's going to cry.
I imagine he'll probably skip everything in Swamp besides the two full chests. Well, I guess if he's able to dive her down, he'll check those. And then Waterfall chest. I don't think he checks anything else. Oh, he's also got Ice Palace, but he's probably not going to open anything here.
Yeah. Beer can make up some time in Meyer. Daaanty opted to do left side first. Full left side. The big key was sitting in the lobby chest, so there is some potential time save for Daaanty there. For Beer there. But here we go, left side time.
Left side, or has he checked big chest yet? Not sure.
He had to. The compass chest was the big key.
Okay.
So if he had it before he even walked to it. So, I think there's only. I know we had the compass, so I think it's only the map on the left side. Daaanty is well. There we go. He's not expecting to get a big key, so he's just gonna set up for. He hit the switch, so he's not expecting a big key, and he's not gonna full clear.
Beer's tracker shows that he's still got 2 items in here, so it might be 2 items left side Swamp.
Yeah, I must have missed the map then.
I'd be pretty surprised if he went for this when it was only 1 item.
He doesn't have a lot left. That isn't in a crystal dungeon. Yeah. Well, there goes the blue goo. I'd be surprised if Daaanty does iced tea.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, Daaanty when it did Dark Cross, it wasn't anything. Yeah, that's kind of what it has. What I'm feeling. Well, this is kind of it for Beer. For like, that's where the fillet is. Okay, hey, I don't think he's peaked bumper ledge either.
No, I don't think we've seen that because they both bailed after Graveyard Ledge coming from the east.
Yeah.
So really, Beer's out is if Ice Rod is like right here, or on Shovel.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
845. I think Dig Game we still have to see, then Stumpy.
Yeah.
I might be wrong about that, but then also Trinix actually needs to be somewhere required.
Yeah, and right now there's only 2 spots in the game that it could show up that could, and only one of them is hard required. I can't remember if Trinix can show up in Mothula. It might. But it's a really small room, so I might not be able to.
I don't think so, but I might be wrong.
Just $20 on K45. Here's the Swan play for Daaanty. I don't know if he does Compass Chest, and he might do Compass Chest. It's at least kind of like enough on the way where you can kind of justify it.
Yeah, map chest is also up in the air, I think. Like, that one's even faster, but I think you could still skip it if you really wanted to.
Yeah. Fortunately, just a lot of arrows.
Then again, I guess, like, there is some value in finding the actual compass, too, from Daaanty's perspective, so...
Yeah.
That's a little bit added incentive to open some of the earlier chests.
Yeah, Boss Shuffle kind of puts a lot of incentives into the seed that aren't there unless you're, like, playing Enemizer a lot or Mystery. And 70 minutes in, we have our first runner doing dig in for bombs. At least it was only like 10 digs. Oh, that's a bomb, so he's going to check map chest. Beer. Beer. Oh, right. He's setting up for fake powder.
I'm pretty sure he knows. He knows where the powder is too. He saw it, so he knows it's actually in logic. I don't know if Daaanty ever saw that, but
I don't remember.
He certainly doesn't care at this point. It was on the Hyrule Island.
Yeah.
So yeah, Beer checked that like 2 minutes into the scene when he walked over to Sahas.
Yeah, that makes sense then. I'm more used to the my favorite method tends to be the lamp span. I'm kind of surprised. I was just surprised it's Myrna because that technically is a little laggier.
Wow. Okay.
Does it do Spike Cape first?
Does he even bother? Okay, he's turning the cape on. Alright, time to mash mash the Y button. Oh, is it faster if you shoot it in the door like that? That's clever. Because then the flame doesn't explode and last longer.
Yeah, this vote cleanup isn't too bad for Beer. The unfortunate part is kind of Daaanty took the read of, I'm going to stick more into logic, which rewarded him a lot more. The good thing is he's almost run out of things to fade that aren't vote.
You know, how ironic is that? Like, in the vanilla game, the bat, like, pretends that half magic is a curse, right? But in this case, it actually kind of was a curse for homemade beer.
Yeah. I mean, and to be honest, like, he does actually make... The Mad Batter does make a reappearance in Link's Awakening. He's the guy who gives you ammo capacity upgrades. And he keeps telling you the same thing. You just got to keep lugging more junk around. It's a curse, really. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, I get finding the half magic doesn't really make you lose that much more time draining your magic bar, but it certainly feels really bad.
And we got dash bug strats.
Nice.
And with that, that's 7 crystals for Daaanty. You know what time it is. Good. Nobody knows what time it is. Damn it! They do know what time it is.
I don't know, ever since Daylight Saving Time, I'm not sure I know what time it is either anymore.
The correct answer actually is it's Vader time. Yeah.
let's see. Did Beer?
Beer
He
beat
he rushed bumper ledge. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he rushed Bumper Ledge, then ran back to Vo instead of going into Skullwoods.
Okay.
Which
Maybe
will
just
work out for him.
doubling down on. Well, the cape was on left side swamp, right? So if something actually was on bumper ledge, then that probably would have been really good for him.
Yeah. He unfortunately does not know yet that he's probably getting a suspicion now that flippers were probably the end of the logical chain. He is probably mad about that. Or at least not happy. All right. Of course, the sad thing is right now is that the Asteroid actually probably is a GT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if it does turn out that it's required, GT is the most likely place that it would be anyway. At this point, I think.
I mean, it only has 10% of the checks in the game. When the game starts, and we've probably cleared off a good 150 of them by now. Unfortunately, the shovel was checked. It was not the ice red. It was just like arrows. There are a lot of arrows in this seed. Bombs, small key.
Butter sword.
Butter sword. DM strats for Daaanty. Beer making the decision to go to the back. We'll see if he opts to go left or goes straight.
Yeah, I think if he goes back first, that's his only out.
Oop,
If that's where the ice rod is. And we need the ice rod. Otherwise, I think he has no chance.
I believe we're at 7 now. We still got 10 more checks in here before something's behind ice or tile room. Do you go full? Ooh.
Oh.
Okay,
oh boy. Okay.
Here we go. Okay, so this is interesting. We now have... There are only 3 checks that could be behind this ice rod.
So, let's see. How many bosses can be in land mode 2? I think any of them, right?
There shouldn't be a restriction on land mode 2.
So basically a 10% chance that Ice Rod is required for that room, plus some very small chance, zero chance that Ice Armos was Ice Trinex.
Yeah, so we have now... Beer has a 10% chance of maybe having it... Of having a chance.
Yeah. 10% chance of having a chance.
We'll know in a couple minutes. The actual sad thing is that the one thing that Enemizer actually does is it actually kind of makes this a really, really easy gauntlet. Because the game has to shuffle in easy enemies to kill.
Super, even extra easy when it's when you've got Gold Sword.
Yeah.
So I mean, Beer still has to do Mire. But, I mean, if it does turn out that Daaanty needs Ice Rod, I think he's going to last locate it.
It kind of depends on where he... I mean, he doesn't have a lot left, and...
Oh, I guess he would still do it before...
There's seriously, like, 3 items in the back. There's still another 2 or 3 items in the back of Thieves.
You're not even going to let the pendant cutscene play out.
Doesn't need to health.
He's ready to leave.
Yep. He will make up time because there is no way he is doing cutscene chest. He could do cutscene chest first, with this. Damn it. I'd say there's no way he could do cutscene just first, but if he feels that, if he really feels that far behind, he could totally do cutscene just first.
Well, so we should see a shell in the next room if it's try next, right?
Yeah.
Just to spoil it for the real reveal. Or actually, is that how that works? I don't remember. Boss shuffle's so weird.
No, that's it. That's GG's, unfortunately. Oh, good. It's just Mothula.
Watch out, Daaanty. This boss fight's pretty hard. Okay.
Well, no. See, this would actually be a really challenging boss fight in vanilla with a Gold Sword and Mothula, because Mothula is immune to Gold Sword normally, because it shares the same damage tier as the spikes in his room, and so Mothula doesn't die. He's immune to Gold tier sword damage. Unfortunately for Mothula and the Rando, there is actually a patch that just makes it downgrades the sword to the tier 3 tempered sword.
And of course, every single time, right?
One tile gap. I just hope when the devs are doing T32 that they do actually keep a small flag in tier 4. This is a one tile gap enemy. Please make it a 4 tile spot to the large spike. Okay.
Now, homemade beer, his actual only out is that he hopes that there's a hot fix, and that Trinex actually can be in Moldorm 2 now, and they just forgot to tell everybody.
Yeah. Okay, accomplish this first, fine. Is he going to go straight down, or will he do the same thing and drop down? Sad that it's probably not Trinex. Okay, good.
Yeah, that's cool to say. This is a little... Wait, what? How did that not hit him? Alright.
Oh yeah, you have to actually crack the shell so the door will open.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw someone talking about that happening in Door Rando.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, where with Argus, like how if Argus shows him Landnola 2, for a while, like finishing him off in phase 1, and then he does the leap off the screen. That since he disappears off camera, the door triggers.
So can you not like break the shell
in the
other room?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know it's an issue in Moldorm 2. I don't know if it's an issue in Landnola 2. This isn't weirdly coded. This is a thing about how you tried to figure out how enemies are dead in a game that has invincible enemies and are on the same block of memory with non-invincible enemies that have to die.
Yeah, I mean, it's also an enemy that wasn't meant to be there in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, there are parts where it could be weirdly coded, but like this is... I guess he was trying for Dark Spooky. I'm surprised he was trying for Dark Spooky and Enemizer.
Yeah, you never know. Might get lucky and there's an anti-fairy. A vanilla anti-fairy, anyway.
I just don't know how if it messes up the Ancilla values somehow or not.
I don't think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know. Yeah, it's spooky. So yeah, unfortunately, no Trinexes to see. The only place we could have seen one maybe was in Ice Armor Spawn, but nobody decided to go down there. Or Vanilla Trinix. I don't think anybody bothered to check them. Oh wait, no, they checked them.
Yeah, I forget what it was.
So
Argus, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was an Argus. Fortunately, as homemadebeer is getting his bitty kill in, and for his 7th crystal, beer has killed Ganon. Daaanty has killed Ganon. And GG's. And with a race on .gg time of 1:23:29, Daaanty has won and has pushed his team to at least a game 7, if not a win. Sorry, Skelly.
It's okay. My NDM is gonna bring home the win twice in a row. Maybe.
Good luck with Retrance versus who I'm going to assume is probably Zelda this. I can't believe... Randomizer was cruel to you guys. I'm not gonna lie. You struck cross keys and you got stuck with entrance rando twice.
Yeah, pretty funny how that works out.
Beer. I don't know if Beer has the race room open or not. We're trying to get Daaanty in for an interview. So I think Beer will try to play this out. And as I say that, he forfeits.
Oh yeah, blue boomerang was on pedestal.
Nice. So if you wanted the bad boomerang, you just had to do all dungeons.
It looks like we are now joined by Daaanty. GG's.
GG's.
Yo, GG's.
So, initial thoughts on the seed?
Well, the beginning was very generous, and then it was kind of like pick your poison for the rest of it. I was feeling good about finding like Bombos when I did, and then I was gonna go Skullwoods after that, so like that was kind of on my mind. Going to Meyer, I was like, all right, it's a crystal, you got to do it. And then I was just like, please let the Ice Rod kind of show up just in case.
Yeah,
I've had like recently I've had several Ice Rod Enemizer things that have just kind of like bottlenecked me and completely ruined a good run.
Yeah, good news. The Ice Rod was actually in Thieves now too. In the attic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're probably happy you didn't know that, or you might be a little stressed out toward the end there.
Yeah.
I mean, I was stressed knowing that, all right, there's one more boss. It's probably Trinex. I'm probably screwed. Luckily, it was not.
Well, I mean, it actually probably wasn't Trinex. This was Chaos Shuffle, so there was no guaranteed Trinex ever actually showing up. So it was, but yeah, that was. If you go back and watch commentary, we're like, this is a 10% chance. You've got where the Ice Red's going to matter, and unfortunately, it was just Mothula. So we're also joined by homemadebeer, GG's homemadebeer.
Hello, GG's.
Yo, GG.
You both kind of really did route very similarly in the kind of post Kakariko. Beer, I'm sorry that you died before you could get to the secret passage chest by Dead Rocks.
That was actually pretty funny.
For Sankard of all things.
Yeah, getting it later was worked out okay though.
Yeah, it was nice to get that health refill. That's a really annoying spot for Dead Rocks, to be honest. And so you kind of were following each other's footsteps though. Daaanty, unfortunately, for you, kind of made that decision to do Ice Road Cave before doing Eastern. So he got his Moon Pearl. He went to Pod first, he got the mirror, and then he mirrored and did Eastern. So you're kind of running a little bit behind him after that. And Unfortunately, like he kind of you both kind of continued out of pod and went up north and did the northern Dark World checks, and when you guys got the mitts, Beer opted to go do Ice Palace. Daaanty opted to kind of do Low, and unfortunately, Daaanty was basically kind of sitting flippers for go mode after Lando, and you can kind of figure out how it went after that. Yes.
That was pretty much like when I made the call to go back up the mountain. I was like, all right, flippers or bombos, maybe both. And I'm like, if I find flippers, I'm leaving the mountain and I'm gonna go do flipper checks. And I kind of knew at that point when I started to make them, I was like, well, I didn't realize at the time how all in it was until I started thinking more and realized, wait a minute, if it's not behind the flippers, this is like super all in play. And it was already kind of too late once I found nothing. I'm like, all right, well, it's nowhere, and hopefully I find the ice rod and it's required. And I did, and it wasn't. Kind of knew I was dead as soon as I like cleared out swamp for nothing.
Yeah, the finding the mitts portion for me was probably one of the like most like tilting moments, only because walking into King's Tomb, I realized I did not do Sahasrahla because I saw the what is it, the 5-6, and so that was why I was like, let's just gamble pod and that we can beat the boss. And then I just was like, good routing, big key, go to the boss. And then I'm like, oh my god, what if I can't beat this boss? And then that kind of worked out. And then
the bosses were super free on this one.
Yeah. And then Mira was like, all right, well, I'll just do Eastern right now before I do Big Bomb. And as soon as I finished Eastern, I was like, Big Bomb. And then I was just like, wait, like King's Tomb is when it kicked in. I was like, oh my god. Because if like, I don't know, if something was there, I'd have been maybe a little behind getting to it, I would assume, just given what the items were giving us. But that was like a huge brain fart. It took me about the rest of like the VU clear after that, I think, to kind of like get my head back on straight. Just like, hey, don't stress it, keep playing.
Yeah. I didn't know if you were gonna do VU before, or go like hype left or something, but like both rushing pod. I think I was just like, let's just gamble that it's a crystal first of all, and then I got there and I'm like, oh, okay, it is. Let's do it. And I kind of assumed like you might have done hype and other stuff too. So I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe I get like a slight edge here, but turns out I was behind the whole race. It sounds like.
I really didn't want to do VU, to be honest, because I was like, this is the prime seed to skip all of it, unless Dunka's right. And then there's something in Skullwoods, but it just apparently was Thieves Town today.
Nobody unfortunately checked Skullwoods at all. Nobody
Yeah.
walked in there, so we'll never quite know. I think the only thing that... Okay, there was no actual trackable item that could have been in there, I should say, but...
Yeah, I guess, I don't know if you found the other sword. I guess I found everything else, so...
There was a sword in GT.
Oh, yep, there it is.
So, okay, so I guess you have, like, Bugnet and all?
Yeah, Bugnet, Cape were left side swamp. Let's see. Mushroom was somewhere. Swamp
Powder was the Lake Island.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, I think the only thing I didn't do was Hobo and Chess Game. And Skull. Spike Cape. Catfish. That's it. Oh, I guess I forgot Backup Escape again, too. I just realized. Yeah. I was going to, but it never made sense at some point.
That reminds me, Daaanty, we were wondering if... were you considering doing Dark Cross after Backup Escape? Because it looked like there might have been a little bit of hesitation there, but you did find the small key and the map.
Yeah. I was like, there's a guaranteed item here, but I was like, you know, I should have something in a bit to make me want to do Dark Cross, like, or the front of Escape. Because I usually Uncle route, and I didn't in this one. Because the plan was, let's just go save and quit at Lost Woods when you don't have any bombs. And then the very first chest of the game for me had bombs. So then it was kind of, all right, continue into CAC. But when you get to, like, I don't know, 30 plus minutes and, you know, you haven't checked Uncle, I'm sweating a bit because I usually open with that. So I figured I'd find a way back in, and I was like, I'm going to hope Mirror shows up just to make it a little more comfy. But if it doesn't, then oh well, I'll have to either Death Warp or just Orphan Dark Cross. That's never burned me ever.
But yeah, it did end up working out quite well. Both of you did go for the pretty fast Super Bomb play. Both of you did front of escape at that point. And routing up towards Catfish and then left to Graveyard Ledge. And then that's kind of where things started to really diverge with those mitts.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was like, oh, maybe Bombos is just an ice, and then we just gotta find flippers, and we're done, right? No, not today.
And thank you, Beer, for being the only one to check the game. I know it's just bombs, but yeah, 70-minute dig game check between the both of you. That VO was just pendant scolds and Ren Thieves sound is just a combination that is just death to that area, and it was unfortunately like a major. It was kind of a major factor in how you both routed everything.
Oh yeah, Beer, how did you feel about finding half magic?
Oh yeah, that. I thought about just not doing that after that, but then I was like, well, I specifically skipped picking up the powder to do this check, so just like, okay, let's just do it.
Yeah,
I was like, I know this is gonna happen. Yeah, exactly. I knew it was in logic, and I kind of like thought that was gonna happen. I'm like, I wasted all my magic before picking up the smith. I'm like, we're gonna get half magic, aren't we? And I just had that feeling, when that happens, it's like, yep, here it is.
All right, are we good to wrap up?
So anyway, GG's for both of you.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks for comms and tracking and putting on the restream.
Thanks, guys. Do appreciate it. And GG's again to Beer, and we'll see how Zelga and I think Miendium does in the next race.
Yeah, it's Retrance. I love it. Some team here struck cross keys as a mode and got punished by the rando gods. And have two entrance rando seats.
I just see it as the perfect opportunity for Miendium to dunk on Mr. Ed by getting revenge on Zelga. So.
Yeah, so we'll see if there's going to be a Game 7 or not sooner than later. I don't think that Game 6 has been scheduled yet. I think the only thing that we've got coming up in the tournament is I think on Sunday there's going to be another Enemizer match between GFE and Ellis. So if you like this sort of chaotic nonsense, I don't know if it'll be restreamed. I'll probably send it well.
Yeah, as long as there's volunteers for it, yeah, it should get streamed.
Yeah.
All right. And with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off here. I want to thank our runners, Daaanty, Beer, put on an awesome race. Thank you to our commentators, Skele and Toffile. And thank you to our tracker, Triforce Explorer. Coming up on ZSR, this channel in just about 20 minutes, we have a Zelda 2 Randomizer Max Random Tournament match between Mirai and Tavarius. And then at 9 o'clock p.m. tonight, Eastern Time, on the other ZSR 2 channel, we have another Zelda 2 Randomizer match between Dr. J, PhD, and Elendar. Right now, we're going to go ahead and raid Adirondack Rick. They're doing a ladder race. We're going to give them our support. And with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off here. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful time and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye!